So, Arsenal 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Set piece, own goal again, ole ole. Set piece, own goal again, ole ole. For 60 minutes, I thought we were very good without being clinical in the final third. However, as soon as we got the second goal, our manager, in his wisdom, decided to bring on a centre-back. And people would question, oh, yeah, but Skelly was on a yellow. He was bringing him on before Skelly got booked. He was stood waiting to come on. Our captain showed up today for the first time since February and scored a goal. Cracking finish. But at the same time, yeah, Man City won, so we had to win. So I suppose the result is all that matters. However, again, we retreat, Kenny. Every single time this manager reverts back to default. I've just seen Calafiori had a knock yesterday. He felt something yesterday. So why was he in the starting 11 today? He's now done a hamstring. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. Merry Christmas, brother. And what did you make of that in the ground, mate?
Let me tell you something now. Brighton, first half, looked soft. They looked off the pace. Their players, their youth caught up with them. We should have smashed them. But I'm going to come at a couple of statements, then we're going to talk about the game. Victor Gyokeres is not good enough to play for Arsenal. He had service, not good enough to play Arsenal. Don't put your hat on him. I understand. We've done everything you can, but you don't get a chance like that and just do a back pass. Your movement's all poor. You're not good enough. Maestro Skelly, you won't be playing for Arsenal much longer, mate, because that performance was a straw that brought the camel's back. You were awful, especially the second half when Minter came on. Minter, you got roasted. The only reason why Magalesh came on because Maestro Skelly was absolutely roasted. I don't know what's happened to him since this season, but this season he's light years from the player that lit up the season last year, albeit in a failing season. He's a liability. He gets robbed every time he's on the ball. He gets in too tight and he gets spin too early, and we just we get chances down his sides. Calafiori is a massive miss. Declan Rice at right back, yeah. Declan Rice was shagged, looked absolutely tired, but he keeps them going. He gives us his all. But when are we going to get to a situation where it's no more's no more? Then we talk about Bukayo Saka, greedy in some instances, very good in some instances, but very greedy in some instances. And it was a case where it got towards the end where, you know, even the fans were having a go at him because he had a chance in injury time when he put through and he got tackled towards the end. These are the things that I picked from the match. But if you talk about the match in general, first off, it was a case where I couldn't believe it was only 1-0. With the amount of possession we had, the fact that Brighton were every time they won the ball, they gave it back to us. We were sharp, we were incisive, but we had no cutting edge. You know, thank God for Odegaard, you know, and a goal. And then we had other chances. A lot of people said we had 25 shots on goal. Well, not many of them went on target, mate. Because
Six on target.
Yeah, but some of them were back passes. There's only one last-ditch save, I think, that their goalkeeper made. But apart from that, it was nothing.
Yeah, the back heel from Zubamendi was probably the best save he made.
That's it. Apart from that, it wasn't as close as you think. But second half, Brighton made the changes, brought on Minter, and then, like I said, tighten it up. Minter started getting a better of Managerial Skelly. He started getting in Saliba's face, and then they got a chance in the 63rd minute and scored. But before that, we got an own goal with probably one of Declan Rice's worst free kicks. But you know, Ruta, you know, put the ball in his net.
That was a great header, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but let me talk about Ruta. Not good enough. He's very poor. You know, he can't hold the ball up. I'm talking for a Brighton perspective. He can't hold the ball up.
I'm surprised they never started Welbeck, if I'm honest.
Nah, but I think maybe he's managing his minutes and managing the minutes of Minter. But trust me, Brighton, let's just say, Wolves gave us a tougher game than Brighton did. Trust me. And Wolves
apart from the save that Raya made. Yeah, they were poor, innit?
They were a poor side. You say they're a poor side, but if they get pulled a goal back from they pulled it back from Gomez in the 63rd minute, and then we start sitting back, we're inviting pressure. And there was a time when they had continued pressure. like I said, sustained pressure.
Yep.
Minter had that shot. To this day, I don't know how Raya saved it.
Oh, mate, what a save. Kenny, if that was half an inch to the left or above him, it's in the back of the net.
Let me just say, I thought it was a goal. I was thinking, oh, no, not again. Made a save. And then afterwards, I think they ran out a bit of steam and we got a bit comfortable. But one of the things we've learnt today is that, once again, we're having a situation where you can't keep playing like this. You can't play at this against Aston Villa. And I don't know what the Villa result is. I'll find out when I get home. But I'm telling you,
1-1 with 8 to go.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, Villa with that midfield will absolutely mull around midfield. Yeah. They'll get bodies forwards. They'll time their attacks. They'll keep it. They'll keep it tight. But the second half, they're going to get their energies level up. They'll beat us. Trust me.
If we play like we've been playing, Kenny, but Matty said this on the watch along. He said if we were putting these results in against Sunderland, Chelsea, Palace, I know Palace was a cup game today. These performances we've been putting in. If we're doing this in April and May,
we're done.
Nobody cares. Yeah, because we're getting over the line. Yeah, but we're doing it before we've even hit the halfway point. Of the season.
Let me tell you something. If we keep on playing like this, we've been playing catch up. Because as you well know, if you get into bad footballing habits, you'll get found out. Don't buy into this crap that a lot of these super fans are going to come out with and say, "Oh, but we win. What you complain about?" First of all, when people say that, I want to swear at them and I just want to wring their necks. Don't insult my intelligence. I was in the cold watching this. I saw it with my own eyes. We're not playing well. We're inviting pressure. We're letting teams get back into games. It's only when teams don't have that bit of quality that we've managed to find out. Don't say, oh, that's the stuff of champions. Champions don't play like this. Champions don't produce this crap.
Champions do that maybe 2 or 3 times a season.
But you look at the crap. You try to say that Everton performance was something to be impressed with. That was crap. Today, in the second half, was crap. Wolves was crap. We're playing crap. We're stinking the place out.
There's nothing to Villa just scored a bullet header, Ollie Watkins off a corner.
Oh, bloody hell.
2-1.
But as I was saying before, right? Don't think that you can get away with playing this crap and then all of a sudden get a magic wand out in January, and then all of a sudden you start playing beautiful football. It doesn't work like that. And one thing I'm going to say before we finish that podcast, I'm going to ask you I'm going to ask you what have you noticed, but before I tell you what I think you noticed, I'm going to tell you what I noticed.
Go on.
In the midst, have you noticed that Eze can't get a game?
Yeah, I said the same thing. Same with Madueke.
Eze and Madueke can't get a game. Why are Eze, the two Nigerian boys, not getting a game? I'll tell you why the two Igbo boys ain't getting a game, because they're seen as risk players, because the pressure on Mikel Arteta to get results, to get these performances, like I said, how do I say it in words that a normal person can understand? Improving his performances, getting the results. He can't afford to play Madueke.
They give the ball away too often.
He can't afford to play Eze. So those guys.
But this is the thing, Kenny. Yeah, right. They give the ball away too often, which is why we know. Yeah, and in my head, I know we've signed a lot of Chelsea players. Yeah. Right. I don't believe he wanted Madueke. I don't believe he wanted Eze. I don't believe he wanted Gyokeres. All of them have done nothing at this club so far.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The fact is, right, let me say something now. There's players who we can trust tactically, and there's players, when you look at the bench, they're too much risk. If I played them and we're playing around the cosh, they're going to give the ball away. I repeat, Eze didn't get a minute today. Madueke didn't get a minute today. We talk, even Managerial's a minor, but one thing we've taken from today's game is that I promise you, when Jesus gets to full speed, he's physically fit, he's overcome his injuries. Gyokeres ain't starting, mate.
No,
Gyokeres is done out of here. Gyokeres is done out of here. And I'll tell you one thing, it won't be the fault of the manager, it won't be the fault of the players. The guy's just not good enough. I've done my best. He's not good enough. It's a sweeping statement, but when you're in a situation, right, when you've got that chance after 2 minutes and you're meant to be a striker and you can't even get the ball out of your feet, and then the thing that sort of cemented my opinion. Jesus, right, comes on the pitch. He gets the ball and he this basically look at me now. I'm well over. I'm about 6'1". I'm 6'1", right? Jason's only about 5'7", 5'8". Gyokeres is about 6'2", and he's powerful. Jesus comes on the pitch. He gets his back to the Brighton centre halves. He holds the ball up, holds him off, flicks it, and he brings other players into play. When Gyokeres gets the ball, the ball doesn't stick. When he does get the ball, he doesn't bring players into play, and like the moves that are meant to start as offside, he can't gel with our players, mate. It's
No, I
not.
hear it.
He can't gel with our players because, come on, that chance, that's meat and drink for a player like Gyokeres. Ball over the top, running onto it, through on goal. That's it. That's his game. We're trying to put crosses in for him, which is his game, and he's not getting the end of them. Someone's got to give it. Is it the manager not playing to his strengths, or is he not good enough? So,
the manager, Kenny, you don't score nearly 100 goals in 100 games and be shit, mate.
But is he good enough?
No, because he's not. His first touch is awful, yeah. But this is the thing. As soon as Jesus comes on, right, and everyone will say, "Oh, Jesus done well when he came on." They were going all out attack for us.
Yeah, but
so there's space in behind, which is why Eze and Madwaki should have stayed on. Should have come on. And this is why you should keep Gyokeres on. Because Jesus had 5 touches less than our striker, and he was on the pitch for half the time.
But all right, if we got
our
another
goalkeeper had more touches than Gyokeres.
If we get another coach in, would this guy be good enough? Because I'm looking at him.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the basics.
System. We're too robotic. Saka again. How does Saka not get away from fucking Lewis Dunk when he's 3 yards gone? Saka don't cross to him. He's greedy, Kenny. Martinelli, the cross Martinelli traveled into the box for Jesus. And he got pushed off. If that's Gyokeres, it's a goal. We don't do that for Gyokeres.
But all right. To balance it out a bit, right? There were times where Saka got on a byline and he roasted the defender. He put crosses in. Don't get me wrong. Great defending from the Brighton centre backs, Van Hagen and Dunk, and they clear the ball. So that's great defending. But normally, if it was Haaland and you're hungry for goals, and you're the main man, you're getting in there and turning these 80-20 situations into 50-50s in your favour. He's not doing that. So the question I'll ask me: do we need another coach to get the best out of this guy, or do we say we can't risk it and wait for Jesus and Havertz to come back? Because that's how it's looking. It's not looking good for Victor.
No, it's not looking good for him. But
because
again, this comes back to this manager. This manager didn't want him. Yeah. So he's sending a statement to the board upstairs saying, "I don't need Eze. I don't need Madwaki. I don't need Gyokeres. I'm going to do it with my players."
Well, that's exactly what's happening.
The sword he falls on.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's happening, because right now is that we're having a situation where Calafiori has got a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
And he was running empty, but he still played him. Declan Rice, who's running empty, is still getting played. Odegaard, who's had 3 injuries, has been rushing the team. All of a sudden, he's now fully fit, which I don't believe, and he's starting games. And the guy that you paid 60-something million from, just nick him with Spurs, can't get a game. So basically what we're seeing right now is that all the things that I was talking about on the podcast, when I say there's a gap tactically between these first team and unstudies, you shown today. Because these guys, this big squad that is going to win us the league, Madwaki didn't come on.
Ethan
doesn't come on, and Eze doesn't come on. So what's that? No, God. So what's that telling me? What it's telling me is that he doesn't trust these guys.
Facts. Absolute facts. Kenny, we know 29's walking in the team. Aston Villa have 2.5 minutes. Sorry, there's 5 minutes stoppage. 4.5 minutes to go. Free kick on the edge of the box. Their goalkeeper's a twat and slips over outside the box with the ball in his hand. They're 2-1 up. Just about to take the free kick now.
Is that Aston Villa or Chelsea?
Aston Villa.
Oh, Sanchez again.
But yeah, Chelsea, Sancho's running rings around this idiot. But listen, get him safely, mate. And we'll do this again on Tuesday against this lot who look like they're going to see this.
And we've got a podcast on Monday.
Yes, we have. And then I'm flying. That's the only show I'm doing because I'm flying out to Barca to go and see Northside.
Hey, tell Northside that I love him loads, and I'll tell you, he's made one of the best decisions to actually take charge of his life, and I just hope it works out for him.
Nah, bless you, mate. Get home safely, mate. I've shared your stuff on Instagram. Make sure you follow
Definitely.
Kenny 1972. Like and hype the video. Matty next. No Jezza today. He's out with his wife for dinner.
Oh,
And then
good stuff.
the emergency meeting. And it is an
Okay.
emergency because we're in problems. We're
Yeah.
out. Laters.